Hello and welcome to the card rundown for ALW17, a show I am pretty excited about. We've got a pay-per-view right around the corner, so lots of big things. And, well, let's get into the pay-per-view first. Big pay-per-view, very excited about it. Let's get into what we know we've got. We have the main event of that show will be the world title match, 2 out of 3 falls. Eddie Guerrero facing Bret Hart, who dominated the G1, didn't lose a single match, 10-1 record, only competitor with 10 wins in Apex League Wrestling, looking to take the top title. And we have the number one contenders match. So we will be determining the champion and who their next opponent is at the same night. Katsuyori Shibata, the number 2 ranked competitor at 3-0 versus China, the number 3 ranked competitor also at 3-0. Then we will have a landmine deathmatch to settle the Jun Kasai Rowdy Roddy Piper beef. These two have had 2 awesome bloody matches. The first one technically a regular match. Refs discretion let them use weapons and make each other bleed like crazy. Then they had a proper death match, and now they're gonna have at least the final for now. Who knows? Maybe down the line there's more, but this is the rubber match. It's 1-1, and these two are going at it in a match that I'm sure will entertain. Then we will have the Battle Royale title. MVP will defend against Asuka, Randy Orton, and a 4th competitor to be determined at ALW17. MVP is getting the night off at ALW17 so he can rest up for the title match. Then we have 5 career matches on the line, something that hasn't really come up too often, but there is a career limit. You have 30 matches as a singles competitor in Apex, or as a solo. This includes various things. If you want to know exactly what counts, there's a video about that. It's like an overview video. If you'll remember, Scott Steiner injured Amazing Red at like one of the first shows, and Amazing Red came back, interfered in a Scott Steiner match, challenged him to this no DQ match. It will be no DQ, and these two are going to settle it with 5 career matches on the line. Somebody is walking out with 5 more matches. Somebody's walking out with 5 less. Also exciting is we have rankings finally. I meant to do this after the clusterfuck ELO 1, but I knew the G1 was coming, and I thought it was kind of weird to do rankings right as somebody, like, as a bunch of people are about to win and lose a bunch of matches. So, to put it on hold, and now we have it for the pay-per-view and this week's show as well. Number 1, obviously Bret Hart dominated. I mean, 8 straight wins. I don't think anybody even has 8. I think that the highest beyond that is Eddie and Omos. I think have 7. I can actually check that. I'm interested. Yeah. Eddie and Omos are the only two with 7. There's a couple people with 6. But yeah, so Brett's 8 win streak, just his win streak, would would be the most winningest competitor we've had in Apex League Wrestling. Then you have Shibata and China, both off 3 wins. Azumi has 3 wins. The win streaks here are emphasizing the singles matches. So if you remember, Zumi last lost a tag match, which is kind of a weird gray area right now in Apex League. I don't have a tag league, so they just kind of count as multi-person matches for now. So that's technically 3 straight singles when those 2 losses have come in. I think one's a singles from way, way back, but the other one, most recent, was actually a multi-person tag match, so doesn't count against the singles rankings so much. Obviously, probably actually Azumi was going to be in the number one contender match until she lost that tag match. So then we have Randy Savage, 3-1, coming off of 1 win over Mr. Perfect, but that one loss is to John Cena in the world title finals, so not too bad. Then you have Bad Luck Fale coming off 2 straight wins. Not the best wins. A 6-3 record with 2 wins is, looking at the rest of the board, pretty good. But I mean, it was in the G1, didn't do well enough in the G1 to advance, so that knocked Bad Luck Fale down. You have almost here. Obviously a 7-1 record, even with the most recent match being a loss, is pretty good. But those are all various kinds of multiplayer or clusterfuck matches. No singles matches for Omos. So hence the ranking being pretty low. Randy Orton, 3-2. He's coming off of 3 straight wins. His wins are against decent opponents. Um, yeah, and then you have Thunder Rosa and Shawn Michaels. That is the actual main event of this show, who both 3 wins coming off of a win. And we'll get a little more into their performance. All right, let's get into the card proper. All right, first up, we have Sid Vicious taking on Giant Bernard. Sid Vicious took Axel Rotten to the limit in a death match. Obviously, Sid Vicious not known for his death matches, so I thought that was a great showing. Gets him booked pretty quickly again. And then Giant Bernard lost to Giant Baba in the Battle of the Giant Bees. Before the G1, Giant Baba obviously had a very impressive showing at the G1, so we want to see what Giant Bernard's got. Then we have Johnny, 0-2, taking on Earthquake, 2-3. Johnny had an excellent showing at the ALW17 Battle Royale title match. He had 2 straight knockouts, knocked out the first 2 competitors. And that's actually his only matches have been that big tag with Spirit Squad versus the Death Triangle, and then that Battle Royale title match. So he has not had a singles match. So this is the first singles match for Johnny. Earthquake actually started off 0-3, but has climbed his way back. He won a qualifier to get into the Clusterfuckula 1, and then he had a dominant win. I believe it was the third or fourth match, I think. Maybe it was the second. I don't know. It all is long ago, blurs together. But he had a dominant win. It looked like for a little bit there it was going to be between Earthquake and Omos of who was going to win that thing until Omos kind of put that to bed. But so this is Earthquake's first singles match since the Clusterfuckula 1, looking to continue the momentum that he's built up a little bit. Then we will have a landmine death match. 2 Cold Scorpio, 0-1, had a Battle Royale title match at Apex League Wrestling number 15, and he's looking to make an impact in the death match division, I guess. I don't know if that's a whole division on its own, but in the death match. And his opponent is unknown. Then we have the final qualifier for that Battle Royale title match at the pay-per-view. 4 randos are going to go at it in a 4-way dance, pinfall, submission, knockout, elimination. Then we have Omos, as we mentioned, taking on Satoshi Kojima. Omos, you can see, is the number 7 ranked. Kojima, unranked, but obviously, I mean, the winner of this match is going to basically end up somewhere in the rankings. Loser is going to fall out. So Kojima, a chance to get ranked. This originally was going to be a 3rd place match from the G1, so this should have been Giant Baba. However, you can see there's Kojima knocking him out on the last day of the like group stage of the G1. This is day 5. And then he got in the ring not too long after, and so 2 criticals in a row. One by Kojima on the lariat, one by Bret Hart in the sharpshooter, and because of this, Giant Baba is out. He is currently undergoing medical evaluation to see. He's not been cleared for this week. It is unknown exactly. He's currently visiting doctors. We don't know if surgery is needed. We don't know what's up. So could be out a while. Could be just nursing some some minor injuries. But so he had to pull out for this week. So almost filling in. Then in our main event, we have 2 ranked opponents going at it. Shawn Michaels versus Thunder Rosa. 3-2. Shawn Michaels. He beat Eddie at Apex League Wrestling 1, which was, looking back now, a huge win for him. He also beat Scott Steiner and Buddy Matthews. And I believe his losses are to Bret Hart and Randy Savage. So it's like he's got some decent wins. Buddy Matthews and Eddie probably being two pretty good wins. I mean, Eddie's a great win. And then 2 losses that are kind of understandable. So, Shawn is one of these guys that, a little bit breaks differently, and he's firmly in championship contention. And Thunder Rosa is actually 1-0 in singles competition. All the 2-1 comes from various multi-person and clusterfuck matches. So this is her trying to get out there in the singles division where she has 1 win and 0 losses, and hopefully for her can make it 2 wins and 0 losses. All right, y'all. This went a little long. Sorry about that, but as I mentioned, I'm excited. So I'm prone to ramble and I'm excited. All right, y'all. Let's enjoy some Fire Pro and let's also have a good day. You know, have a good day.